on, guys? It's me, the Killer Bee, here with my wonderful friend Dave. And I just have to say, I feel like we got a lot to unpack here on this episode 23.
I know we back. Like,
back.
Holy shit. Like, I know it was only a week, like being off, but we were with each other in Miami, and just like it feels good to be back. It's like you feel like we missed so much. You know what I mean?
A lot happens in a fucking week, let me tell you.
So much. Holy shit, so much. Before we get into probably the main thread of this episode and just the main thread of what people are talking about how amazing was Miami, Florida last weekend. It was like 3 days in a row. Icon Fighting Championship, Jorge Masvidal's Icon Fighting Championship into the next night of Freedom Fights that we just enjoyed, like just the fights, because Keith, Rockstar in the co-main event, that he got the effing W. What a performance. Like, the performance of the night went to Keith.
Absolutely. And it was so beautiful. And like, me being like, I love him. Like I care about him and I love him. So when I go and I'm there in the corner and you have to separate like fighter and lover, like that's really hard. And he did so good. And there's never a doubt, but like when you love someone like that, it's like hard to watch him fight.
It is. It's like, and then like, it's so hard even from like a media side of it, because like we're there to work and we're talking with all the fighters and we're talking with both sides. But of course, when like before the fight, you and Keith kind of come in, like I gravitate towards you guys because you guys are like family. We have so much fun. We do so many things together. We talk all the time, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, even during that fight, it felt not like pressure, but it was like, wow, like, this could be really good. If Keith wins, we have great conversation. Those pictures that we had backstage in the press room was amazing. Yeah. And if Hunter won, and no slight to Hunter, he looked like he was a very nice guy, family guy, all of that, I would have been super respectful for the interview, but it would have been tough. It would have been different.
You're like, I don't even want you in here. You're like, let's just be real. I really didn't want you in here, but here we are, so I have to do it. But no, Keith is like, I see him every day and train every day, and his mentality, and I've never seen a fighter or a human being with the physicality, the mentality, everything that Keith has. Like, he is a soldier through and through. Like, I mean, he's a Marine and just brings that mentality to what he does. And it's just so rewarding to see someone that you watch work so hard every day just get that, and they deserve it, and it's just the best. So it was so fun, and I got to see you.
It was awesome. It was so good. We did interviews like at the pool. We hung together at the pool, and we saw weigh-ins. How cool. We saw our guy Uli Diaz at weigh-ins and just talked with him. Jose Shorty Torres was there. We were all just chatting and doing stuff. The whole weekend was great, but then the next night was even probably the best, because I or myself kind of took off the media hat just a tad. You guys didn't have to like be fighters that night. You guys just enjoyed the show. That VIP lounge was bananas.
You put on a dress?
A black dress. You and Keith. Evander Holyfield was there, and Pearl Gonzalez and Juliana Miller. NFL players, Valerie Laredo. There was just so many people there. It was bananas. It was crazy.
It was cool. There were so many people.
Frank Mir, Tito Ortiz, Rampage.
Under one roof.
Yeah.
Under one damn roof. It was amazing. It was so fun.
All right. We will roll. We'll transition to something. But the last thing I will kind of say about Keith, I got this permanent black marker. I always have this. I always have a paper here and stuff. And I just think I'm not going to write on anything. I just want people to see this beautiful shirt I'm wearing. And I don't know, maybe we'll see the rock star fight again one day. Maybe we'll see.
Maybe
Hey, maybe. Orlando's beautiful in April.
I know, and it's at Universal, is it not?
It is. That's where I do. I was there 3 nights ago.
It's wild.
Yeah, it's fun times. I interviewed Phil Haas for the first time live down there in Orlando. It was awesome. Fun time.
Yeah.
Paige was there. Eddie was there. Just a cool time. Like, dude, Fight Bananas is like taking over. Like that weekend. So last weekend we covered 4 events in 2 nights. And then this weekend we had our guy UFC, Brandon Allen. He was out there in Houston, Texas, quartering Fury fight, and Tuco just won the championship. It's just we're everywhere. Like, you can't stop us. We're like ants. We're just everywhere.
The dream team. Like, Paige is amazing. Eddie's amazing.
Yes.
It was like we were in Miami, and the one thing I was like, man, I miss Eddie. I wish Eddie.
Yeah. I know. We miss his moves, his dance moves.
100%. So I'm ready. I'm ready for you to go ahead.
Okay.
We're going to flip the script a little bit because I know this is going to kind of turn into not an interview because it's our podcast, but I know that the media Dave Van Auken is ready to open a can of worms right here. So let's go. Let's go. Put it on me, Dave.
So when are you going to fight next? No, all right. I don't want to say too much. I want to be kind of here in this tunnel that we are in. The amazing podcast, the Banana and the Bee, Taylor Starling, 3-0. First and foremost, it just makes sense. So Ferea won Knucklemania 2 6 weeks ago. She's the champion. The female flyweight division's been on fire for 18 months. You're 3-0 in the division. No other females 3-0 undefeated. She's the champion. You guys have never fought. You guys have never crossed paths. There's no one else. There's like no one else. I no shame and no disrespect. The OG, what's his name? Sorry. Yeah, there you go. Like he put on his socials, he's like, oh, I would love to see Ferea versus Rachel Ostovich. Like, that's fucking ridiculous. Like, no, dude, nice guy. I hear nothing but good things about him. But dude, you are literally high off your fucking rocking chair if you think Rachel Ostovich should fight for the title. Like, come on, bro. Like, bro, serious? If Bare Knuckle told you to post that, if you're going to be a little sheep for Bare Knuckle OG, then post it. But if you think Rachel Ostovich deserves a title shot over Taylor Starling, 3-0, one of them being the fight of the year, one of them being a great fight against Hannah Guy, who's went to the Ultimate Fighter for the UFC. Maybe you guys effing heard of it. And then the other fight, Cassie Robb, dude, a savvy veteran, been around the sport of combat sports for 10, 15 years. And no offense, we love Cassie Robb. You dismantled her in with 85 punches in a row. It's like, everyone get the F out of here. Taylor Starling's fighting for the title. Like, we are doing this, people. Like, we're doing this. And now you had a social media post. You had a legitimate call out. You officially called out Christine Ferea. She opened it with open arms. You put the little, you put the worm on the hook. You went out there, you put it out there, and she jumped on that hook. She literally challenged you back. She did something back. And I even saw some social media stuff I'll get back into. But that's a lot I said right there. This shit's happening. Like, Tay, like this shit's happening, right?
150%. And, the thing is, I'm not a shit talker. I have respect for Christine. I respect Christine so fucking much. I think she's a down-ass bitch. I think she's a phenomenal fighter. I think she's a phenomenal boxer. At the same time, I don't fear Christine. Like, Christine does not fucking scare me. And there, like you said, there's nobody else that makes sense. I've sat and I've gone through it. Now I can say it, but I was not offered, but I had been brought up about Paige Van Zandt, fighting Paige Van Zandt.
Oh, Paige Van Zandt, huh? You guys
that was the rumor mill, was like, I had been reached out to about potentially fighting Paige Van Zandt. Paige Van Zandt turned it down. She didn't want to fight. We were supposed to fight like March or April. She turned it down just because of what she had going on, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, man, I'm just fucking sitting here waiting. And of course, if you ask me what I want the world fucking title. Fighting Paige Van Zandt is going to get me a lot of eyes on me. It's going to cause a lot of buzz. It's going to be great. That's wonderful. But at the end of the day, I came to Bare Knuckle to become the fucking champion. And Christine does not fucking scare me. And like I said, I don't talk shit. But if I want that shit, I'm going to have to speak up. I can't. There's only so much. There's only so much quietness that I can maintain and keep up. I don't have any disrespect for Christine, but at the same fucking time, I'm not scared of her. And I had to speak up and speak my mind. And if it's going to get nasty, it's going to get nasty, and whatever. It is what it is. It's, at the end of the day, like people say, it's not personal, but then again, it is, because this is my fucking life. This is Christine's life. And, she thinks she's going to beat me. I think I'm going to beat her. And if we got to get nasty and the claws come out, then that's just, it is what it is.
All right. So one thing, I saw your social media post. I saw your call out of Christine, and then Christine said, had a I accept and like a call out of you as well. So it's kind of funny because in the real world or in the MMA space, Jorge Gamebred Masvidal, who we just saw 3 days ago or a week ago, whatever it was, down there in South Florida, like him and Colby really got into it, outside the cage and outside the combat sports world. And the difference is like the difference between, like, you and I talked about it off air, and now we'll talk about it on air. Like, you could say, hey, Christine, you're old, or Christine, you're big, or Christine, you're a little slower than you used to be inside the ring. Like, maybe those are all true. Maybe those are all false prophecies, or maybe that's just like, way to kind of amp up the fight. But you or Christine, in both of those, I think there's been like 2 or 3 kind of back and forth calls. None of you guys took a low blow. None of you guys went after family. None of you guys went after a significant other. None of you guys, it's been like, it's fight talk. Like, that's the fight game. Like, I thought it was all good and gravy. Like, what Colby did was like going after, kids and going after time and going after, significant others. That's where the shit gets wild. And that's where you will get popped on the streets of Miami, Dade County.
Talking about my kids would be that would be the line, like the fucking line you cross. But yeah, no, and it actually
was respectful. That's where I was getting at. Like, what your call out to Christine was very respectful.
Yeah, and it's just, there's nothing really bad I can say about her personally. I would never come for her family. I would never come for anything in her personal life or make an attack like that, because to be honest, I don't know Christine like that. So it would just really be just not real if I sat and attacked her as a person. Christine's a real fucking fighter. I'm a real fighter. And the shit I'm talking is, hey, I'm a real fucking fighter. Y'all motherfuckers don't sleep on me. I'm not scared of her, and I'm ready to fight. And that's it. Yeah, it actually even bothered me when people were going in her comments, like people that support me were going in her comments and saying some pretty fucked up stuff. And I was like, I kind of messaged a couple people, and I was like, hey, like, I understand you're Team Taylor, but kind of draw back a little bit, because I don't really enjoy that. Like, I don't enjoy the hateful side of it. It's but I mean, it's at the end of the day, we're gonna be in a ring, and we're not gonna be friends, and we're not gonna have respect for each other in the ring. Like, I'm gonna be there to take her fucking belt, and she knows that, and she's gonna be there to defend it, and that's all it is at the end of the day. I'm not scared of her. I'm ready to fight, and I 150% believe it's gonna happen. Summertime, let's go. Champ camp. I have been training for Christine for a long time. I've had her in the back of my head for all of these other fights I've been going through. I've been thinking about Miss Christine.
I need to get a t-shirt. # champ camp. I need to get one.
Champ camp, because we're here.
I like, that's what's so cool about like this show, about the podcast, right? Like, there's now, it's out there in the real world that you maybe message people not to, like, we would never hear that. We would never get that tea, so say if you didn't say that. So I think that's pretty cool shit. Yeah. Like, hey, Taylor Starling fans or the Banana and Bee fans, whatever you want to say, any people who like me a little bit, right? Like, I will be rooting for Taylor Starling. Like, you can say Taylor Starling's going to win, Taylor Starling's a badass. You can say positive stuff without being like ridiculously over the top negative about Christine. And like I said, even if you want to be, slight to Christine, if you're like, hey, you have no shot against Taylor, like, that's like fight talk. Like, that's not below the belt. Like, there's no reason to get nasty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason to get nasty. It's going to be the fight you two guys will like. That's going to be like one of the best fights of the year. Like, there's no backing up from either of you.
One of my favorite things was David Feldman's brother came on to the Bare Knuckle podcast, and the way he was talking about us, it was the best, because everyone else on the podcast besides the Feldmans were very like against me and Christine fighting. They were very much so like, Taylor should fight Britain or someone like Britain before she fights Christine, which
was awful. It was awful. Like, you told me to watch it. So again, no disrespect, I'm busy as shit. I got a lot of stuff going on. We got a lot of moves going on. So I don't watch their show like weekly, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you told me to watch it. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to watch it. God, they were horrible. They were horrible. Like, they have this championship fight, the biggest fight of the summer, between an undefeated Killer Bee with like all these records, the fight of the year of last year, And then they got Christine, who's a really good champion. All respect to Christine. I've interviewed Christine Ferea multiple times. I got nothing but respect for the G. Like, I got nothing but respect. That's an amazing fight. That's like the fight of the summer. And they were like fucking talking about everything out of it. It's like someone's going to give you $20 and they're like, oh, I don't know. Should I take it? I don't know what that money might do. It's like, shut up, guys. Those two guys, like, shut up. You have the fight in front of you. Just accept the best fight of the year. Like,
so the Feldmans really, David Feldman really talked very highly of me, and he was like, this is the only fight to make. Like, there's nothing else to make. He's like, all we got to do is put pens to paper. And his brother, he owns Celebrity Boxing. His name's Damon, and he runs the Celebrity Boxing, and he talked really highly of me. He's actually asked me, he's slid in the DMs and been like, anytime you want to come to the Celebrity Boxing side just to do it or come be there at the event, like, so nice. He talked really highly of me and Christine. He's like, I love both of them, and I would love to watch them both because I know that they're going to be punching each other in the back of the skull. So let's go. The Feldmans say so. It's there. Let's go. There.
So 2 more things on that. One, got some cool Fight Banana stuff about that fight alone. But then 2 is, you said, he slid in the DM. How many guys slide in your DMs on the daily? How many? What's the number? Is it 2, 3, 20?
He didn't really slide in like that, but it was more so like business. But other people, listen, I got some faithful ones that, like, I don't think I've ever responded to them in my entire life that write me every single day. And I think one day they're hoping something's gonna come of it, but it's not.
Well, you sooner or later you just have to, like, you be like, yes, meet me at Chili's and buy me a drink. If they do that every single day, like if they do that for 100 times,
no.
Oh no, that's tough.
I get really off the wall stuff. I had somebody comment earlier on my post and was like, will you marry me just for one day? And then I didn't respond, and they were like, if you're not gonna marry me, just say no.
I love it.
No response is a response.
That is very true. Very true. So, like I said, Fight Bananas were just literally taking over the world. We got ants everywhere. We're just in different cities, states all the time, covering everything. So, really good guy underneath our banner. Josh Byers does some, he has his own he has his own show. He jumps on the betting podcast that Aaron the Dog does on our pod. We might be having some big stuff rolling, and he might join us with that. So, like, dude, really good. He's super young. I call him the future. Like, really young, really good, really talented. And he was doing commentary work for a regional MMA scene in, like, Shuttlesville, somewhere where the Misfit Christine Ferea was at live. Oh. So she's got her Bare Knuckle FC championship, and she's flying everywhere, and she's taking pictures with every single person. I think she jumps ropes once in a while, and then she takes pictures. That's her champ camp. She's taking a lot of pictures. Hey, it's what happens when you become the champ, I guess. You don't have to train anymore. So we'll get into that at a later time. So he goes live. They had like a little intermission, and they interview Christine Ferea in the ring, like the ring announcer.
Uh-huh.
And Josh Byers goes live on it. So, of course, I jump on his live. It's Josh Byers. I got to watch Josh Byers. He's the man. And Christine Ferea goes, yeah. I'm going to fight Taylor Starling. She's really good girl. But, I'm going to whip her butt. It won't go past the second or third round. They're like, wow, do you have a date? She goes, yeah, I have a date. And she said the date on the live.
Oh, yeah. When was it?
Misfit Ferea. So I don't know if this is breaking news. I don't know if this is just Fight Bananas just being ahead of the curve once again. But Christine Misfit Ferea did say June 4th.
That sounds like belt snatching season, baby.
Man, I just throwed it out there.
The weather is going to be nice.
And if I want to, this is what we always do. I love pulling the curtain back because, like, when I'm a fan, if I'm watching like shows like this, like, I always love seeing behind the scenes shit or hearing behind the scenes shit. So here's another one for you guys. So after I just posted a picture of yourself, a really great picture of Taylor Starling, looked like a freaking G. And I just, our social media team wrote belt season, underneath it, right? Like, I just thought, boom, we're going for the championship. And Bare Knuckle FC, that a blue check, and Bare Knuckle starts commenting, starts DMing Fight Bananas. Like, where
Uh-oh.
did you hear this? Where did you get it? Who's your source? I'm like, first of all, like, and like I really do mean this. I hear so much information and so much knowledge that one, I never put out there if I'm not allowed to put out there. And two is when I do get it, I will never ever burn my source. Why would I ever burn my source? Because if I burn my source and tell the world like that source will never come back, I would never get more information. I've been in the game for multiple years. I'm not going to stop in 2022. You're going to see me in 2040. My hair will be even more gray probably by then. We might have 6 kids by then. I don't know.
Oh,
So, like, they asked me who my source was, and I was like, go fucking, go shovel rocks. I'm not going to tell you who my source is. Like, and I didn't say, like, I didn't throw down a date. Christine Ferea threw the date out there. I didn't. Fight Bananas did it. So, I don't know. I'm sorry if I feel heated. I'm a little heated. I'm a little hot.
funny. That's so funny. I mean, Ray Charles could see that me and Christine Ferea are fighting. So it didn't take much to put 2 and 2 together. I mean, it's one of the things where this fight makes sense, but also you can't deny, like, you just cannot deny this fight. It makes sense. So me and Christine are making it happen our motherfucking selves. I want to fight Christine. Christine wants to fight me. And that's it. So what else is there to do other than to put pens to paper and let's talk about it. Let's fucking talk about it.
You know what's gonna happen? I'm just gonna have to. I can't live with it on my chest. I gotta get the OG like on a little live or something. I gotta talk to him. I gotta tell him how fucking ridiculous Rachel Ostovich versus Christine Ferea is. Like, I gotta be like, dude, come on, just tell us the truth. You got paid to, or Bare Knuckle told you to do that? Like, you couldn't really think that because, like, he's a smart guy. He's a good dude. I hear nothing but good things about this guy. Like, he had to have been told to do something because that's the most ridiculous thing ever.
I do like OG Johnny Mac. I'll say this. I think maybe the one place it could have came from that he would think that them fighting is a good idea is because Christine Ferea knocked out Rachel Ostovich in Invicta with a head kick. So I think maybe like reliving that past or having a rematch or something like with like kind of like the Paige Man's Aunt Rachel, like I want to avenge my loss and we're going to fight again. I could see that part of it. Other than that, like she's got one bare knuckle fight and other than that, it doesn't make sense to me. Like it doesn't make sense. Not over me.
Right. Like
I think a lot of people are. I've been saying this. There's people sleeping on me. Like there are people sleeping on me, but the ones that know, fucking know. I am going to be probably the underdog, but I'm telling you, you guys don't understand. When I want something, I'm going to go and fucking get that shit. I work hard. That's it. I'm a good fucking fighter. I'm a technical boxer. You guys are going to find the fuck out real quick. And like I said, the ones that know, they know.
Wow. Talking about the ones that know, how funny that so this will drop Tuesday like it does every Tuesday at 10 a.m. on the beautiful Banana Bee on the YouTube channel. We'll get it on all podcast platforms, of course, all the audio. So we're recording this Sunday night. So earlier Sunday, it looks like you guys had a great session. Modern Warriors, South Carolina, and Bryan Pooh Bear Battle. By the way, UFC stud. You know what I mean? Like he wins the Ultimate Fighter show. He's just winning winning fights all the time now, Bryan Battle. He wrote on his IG, he goes, since Keith Richardson, the rock star, who just won the co-main event of Jorge Masvidal's Icon FC, Taylor Starling, the Killer Bee, 3-0 under the Bare Knuckle FC banner, can't be stopped, undefeated. And Bryan Pooh Bear Battle. Since you guys 3 all got together, Modern Warrior, working hard, throwing shit in the tires. I've seen those videos. I seen those little behind the scenes shit. You guys just throwing leather. You guys are 14-0 since you guys linked together.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
That's why. And it's so like I'm telling you, and like I tell you, the energy. You saw us, we're in the gym dancing. But right before that, we spent 2 hours of just beating the shit out of each other and training like dogs. And then we have fun and the energy, it's just like unmatched. And that's really what makes the difference. We, Modern Warrior as a whole, even the amateurs, we've been undefeated for almost 2 years now. No one's been defeated at Modern Warrior. And it ain't changing anytime soon.
I love it. I love it, man. I'm pumped. I'm pumped. I'm pumped.
I have rewatched my own story like 100 times today because we just have so much fun. You have to come and be here on a Sunday with Bryan Battle and me and our friend
Yeah.
Frankie and Keith and everybody, because I'm telling you, we are just fools. Like we're just fools.
Especially Champ Camp. I'll definitely, we'll come out there. We'll get some like exclusive stuff, a lot of cool videos. We'll do a one-on-one interview in that, in that octagon over there at Modern Warrior.
And you, my friend, are very famous, and there are a lot of people that are asking me when you're coming, and if you do, they need to know so that they can meet you, because you have some fans at Modern Warrior.
I'm telling you guys, pictures are $20. Autographs and pictures together are $30.
Uh-huh.
I would, any person there that they, any handshakes or pictures or any babies I got to kiss, I'll stay all night. I'll be there all night. Modern Warrior. Man, I'm excited. How great. I'm just like, I don't want to rewind back to it. And I know we hit the Ferea thing and there'll be a lot of time talking about this fight. I can't wait to see the fight poster and kind of being official and all that stuff. So there's plenty of time with it. I do want to kind of hit back on Miami. It was just such a good weekend. One really cool thing, and we've done it now, it's been three times. Yeah. After the win, we always go out to dinner. We go out to dinner, but I know it's in Miami, but still, we didn't get out of the arena to 12:30, maybe 1. It was really late. Everything was pushed back that night. And, we wanted to go to a restaurant, and the one we wanted wasn't open. So we kind of go to a different one. But it was so fun. It was a great table. They were feeding us bread and like cheese, but we were maybe getting our drink on a little bit. Maybe we had a couple drinks, maybe a shot or two. I don't know, maybe a little some. But I just thought it was so fun. Like you said, the energy and I know that sounds corny. Like we were like so proud of Keith. Probably the biggest win of his career. He's so close of whatever the next step is. It was a great night, man. It was a great night.
Oh man, we love, one of mine and Keith's favorite things is to go like to a Cuban, Latin, any club like that in Miami, because the people in there are so fucking nice. The music is popping. You could be 65 years old or 15 years old in that club, and everybody is like dancing together, just having the best time, and it always feels like so much love. So when we saw the Cuban restaurant, we were like, oh my god, we have to go in there. And they had the music blasting. It was so much fun. And Miami was amazing. It was that trip. I was literally waiting for something to go wrong. I was like, something's going to go wrong. My flight's going to go wrong. I'm going to lose something somewhere. And just everything was perfect. And I didn't know that they have giant fucking iguanas in Miami like that.
I know. Yes. So, okay. That's so good. So at the pool. So, I guess we can call out our spot because now we're not there anymore. So we're staying at this like DoubleTree, which is like the Miami airport. Like they have literally in the lobby is like it's a screen of like the flights leaving from the airport. It's like it's so close to the airport and they have all these connections, all this shit. So downstairs, awesome restaurant. You ate it there a couple times. We ate there a couple times. But then like a whole mall is connected to this freaking hotel. Huge convention centers, but then there's huge pool in this outdoor area. But like you sit out there and like, like even when your eyes are closed, when stuff's moving, like you can feel movement. And you look over, there's like these 7-foot, 6-foot long iguanas. These tails are humongous.
See, I was out there laying in sunbathing because Keith was, it's fight day. He's getting ready for his fight. Long day. I could tell I was getting on his nerves because I'm all amped up, like I gotta do something. And so I was like, I'm gonna go chill by the pool. So I put on my best thong bathing suit, Miami style, go down there. I'm tanning, and I just see like iguanas come from out of nowhere, and I was like, I'm gonna catch one. So here I am down by the pool. It's like 10, 11 a.m. in a thong bikini, like running around like a crazy mad woman, like trying to get these iguanas. And then someone was like, you have to be careful, their tails will fall off or they'll like thrash at you. And I was still trying to get them. They're fast, like they're so fast. But that was really cool. I enjoyed the iguanas.
It was so much fun. God, it was awesome. It was so good. I don't know. It was awesome. I think we did. We went 30 minutes. I don't know. I know we're going to get into the Ferea thing. Like, I almost don't want to
Listen,
if it's June 4th, like the Misfit said, we have 3 months. You know what I mean? We have a long time to kind of get into it. But have you? I guess last question kind of for you. Have you like really started Champ Camp? Like are you all in on it, or until you get that date and that signature, like you don't want to ramp up too soon?
oh my gosh, my mindset has changed completely. Obviously my mindset's always train hard, always work hard, and it just I feel different. Like I just ever since I called her out and have exchanged words with her, my focus is solely on that, and I know I'm gonna start amping it up even more. Like my conditioning will change next week and different things will change, not too much to where I'm overworking and making my workload too much. That's 3 months away, but my ideal like real amp up time is going to be mid-April.
Yeah.
But I'm amped up. Like if you ask anybody how I've been training, it's insane. Like I've been in there with just a different mentality, and I can't wait to see who I am on June 4th because I'm already fucking good right now. And nothing but 3 months to get to the fucking peak in the pinnacle, baby. And I'm coming to take that 125-pound flyweight bare knuckle fighting championship belt, and it's going home with me. I promise you.
Goosebumps.
Woo!
Goosebumps. I think that's how you ended. I was going to say something funny or like one last thing or like plug something. I think we're done. I think that's how you do it. That's how you end the show. Holy shit.
He was talking about how nice my ass is. Subscribe to TaylorStarling.com for $9.99 a month. Actually, the first week is free. So if you guys want to see these nice ass cheeks that Christine Ferea was talking so highly of, go ahead and subscribe.
How much? $9.99 a month. That's not bad.
First week's free.
Damn. There you go. TaylorStarling.com. Awesome. Guys, the Killer Bee, Taylor Starling, 3-0, Bare Knuckle FC. Maybe, really maybe fighting June 4th for the Bare Knuckle FC Flyweight Champion. I'm Dave Van Auken. This is episode 23, volume 23 of the Banana Bee podcast. More big stuff will be happening soon. Multiple guests will be coming on soon. April is packed. Like, the calendar is packed for April already. We'll talk to you guys real soon. Bye.
Bye.